Hey YouTube, welcome to Ludan the Movie Guy, which is my channel, because I'm a guy named Ludan, just a random black dude from South Florida who really likes movies. And yeah, this channel is just a lot of movie related stuff, and just nerdy stuff in general, because I am, if you can't tell, based on what my bedroom looks like, kind of a nerd. So yeah, it's a lot of fun over here. Glad you pulled up. Today, you're watching a movie, or no, you're watching a series on my channel called Movie Time, which is a series where I talk about movies both new and old. Anything that really catches my attention, I just like to talk about it. So yeah, today we'll be talking about the movie Sinners, directed by Ryan Coogler, which is really, really good. And I don't really want to waste any more time introducing it. I think we should just get into the plot synopsis. So yeah, plot synopsis time. In the 1930s, we have these two identical twin brothers, Smoke and Stack, and they're big time criminals. They left their hometown in order to go work for Al Capone, but they're back now. And when they come back, they meet up with their little cousin, Sammy, and decide to start up a juke joint, basically an entire little club for all the black people in the town to dance at. Because this is the 1930s, there's a lot of Jim Crow and a lot of other stuff going on, so they kind of don't really have the freedom to just dance and be free with each other. But they decide that this is the night they're gonna come back to their hometown and they're gonna make a boom, basically. They come back to their hometown and they're like, we're gonna start up this juke joint, our very own juke joint. All the black people are gonna be invited. We're gonna have a good ass time. And little do they know that there's some evil lurking beneath the surface of their town that might have followed them. Actually, not really. It didn't really follow them from Chicago back to Mississippi. It's more like there's some deep foreboding. There's some stuff stirring under the surface that they're not really too sure how to deal with. And when that stuff comes to light, a lot of shit's gonna get fucked up. So yeah, that's the best way I can describe Sinners without spoiling too much of it. So yeah, back to the part of the review where I'm sitting facing a camera. All right, Sinners. Yeah, it's really fucking good. You've probably heard that from everyone now at this point, but I'm here to say that as well. It's a very original, very engaging fucking movie. Ryan Coogler is honestly just one of those directors that in the future we're gonna look back on him and he's already had enough of a big impact on the industry, I'd say, overall. And this movie just kind of cements his shit, because Ryan Coogler, he knows what he's doing. This movie is honestly just what you get when you get a lot of really good artists and put them together and they just go to work. That's the best way to put it. Ryan Coogler is so masterful at directing, and I feel like he's only gotten better. I haven't seen all of his work, but I wasn't that big of a fan of the first Black Panther. The second Black Panther, though, I really fucking loved. And Ryan Coogler, Jesus Christ, he goes crazy in almost everything. For everything from I could tell every choice they made was intentional, and it all comes across in such a uniquely bold way. And really, it just carries, like, from beginning to end. It just constantly surpasses itself. That's the best way to describe it, really. I don't want to spoil much in this segment, but holy fuck, honestly, just go watch it. Yeah, just if you need to, stop watching this review and go watch the movie, please. But yeah, this movie, like I said, is pretty much wholly engaging from beginning to end. There was never a moment where I was bored. I feel like some stuff maybe near the opening could have dragged, but that happens a lot of the time. It's just set up to start off, and the setup isn't bad setup. It's great setup because these characters feel lived in because of the great performances from the actors, which Michael B. Jordan, as you know, kills it. He plays twins. And there's gonna be someone out there who sees this movie and doesn't know who he is and genuinely believes that Michael B. Jordan is a set of identical twins. That's how good his performance is. But yeah, the performances are only like that because of Ryan Coogler's excellent fucking directing and his writing. Not to glaze the man, but geez, I gotta give credit where credit's due. He knocks it out of the park in almost every technical aspect, every artistic aspect. This movie carries itself constantly, like I said, and it just keeps going. It really just keeps elevating. Besides Ryan Coogler's excellent direction, this movie's, like I said, great on almost every front. The music, Ludwig, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but Ludwig Göransson, that's how I say it. That's probably not how you say it. I butchered that 100%. His scores, his music in general, has been kind of engraved in Hollywood for the last couple years, because he's scored some of the highest grossing, most popular movies. I'll just put some of them on the screen. His music here, because when you get him and Ryan Coogler together, they cook. They did the whole original Black Panther score, which fucking iconic completely. That entire Wakanda theme, amazing. What he does here, what he manages to do throughout the entire movie. I'm not a musician per se. I have an acoustic guitar that I'm kind of learning how to play, but I don't even know how to describe. A lot of it feels almost transcendent. I got chills several times just because of how good the music was. Like I said, there's a sequence that I won't spoil until the segment coming up, where Sammy, he's playing this music because Sammy's a musician, and it's just straight fucking excellent. When I used the term when I was reviewing Oppenheimer a while back, audio visual masterpiece, and that one scene, you'll know what the scene I'm talking about if you've seen the movie. It's pretty much that, an audio visual masterpiece. But yeah, that's just me geeking out. Overall though, this film is a great win for original filmmaking. The screenplay, it's a powerhouse of a script, definitely. And the fact that an original film came out and kind of blew everyone away, and people are actually going to see it in droves, and it's making a mark. I like that. I really like that. Especially because at the end of my Mickey 17 review, I harped on that and just telling people to just go to the movies, really. Like, if there's an original idea out there, you want to support that original idea, because you don't want to just be getting the same shit over and over again. A lot of audience members might say they want that, but in all honesty, it gets boring. We want variety in our films. So I'm glad that people are going out to see this, because this movie's it. This movie's it. Might be movie of the year. Maybe. Could be recency bias, but in all honesty, I haven't really been blown away by anything this year except this. So yeah, this movie, go watch it. And yeah, matter of fact, I will just put a time code of the spoiler segment, so you can skip it now if you haven't seen the movie. But if you have, you can stay and watch. And if you don't care, you can also stay and watch. Still, go watch the movie. But please, go watch this movie. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. That doesn't spoil it. So yeah, let's spoil Sinners by Ryan Coogler. Cool. Okay, so like I said in the sit down segment like 2 seconds ago, you should skip ahead if you haven't seen the movie, because I'm giving an urgent PSA right now. If you have not seen Sinners and you are this far into the review, please go watch it. But if you don't care, I can't really stop you. All right, it's time for me to spoil it now. So yeah, this movie is completely fucking riveting from beginning to end. There's there's a lot of tension and a lot of really good character work and a lot of excellent fucking directing. If I don't know how to stutter, there's a lot of just excellent shit here, period. Like, this movie is just filled to the brim with expertly done shit. I'm just gonna go through from the beginning to the end of the film and go through what I fucking like. First of all, this movie has a cold open. It starts off telling a tale of some folklore where it's basically explaining that there's people gifted with like the power of music. Essentially, they can play like an instrument, or they're known as different things across different cultures, but when they play a certain instrument, they can call in ancestors from the past, people from the future. They can just transcend pretty much time and space with music, which is completely embodied in the character of Sammy, which we see literally in the next scene after they explain that in the cold open. Sammy walks into a church because he's known as Preacher Boy because his dad is a pastor, and he's like covered in blood, just holding the fucking barren end of a guitar, and his dad is telling him to let go of this sin and to just let the guitar go. And then we cut to 24 hours before, and the rest of the movie plays out. But that opening, that's fucking genius. That opening and the way it's just able to draw the audience in, specifically me, I was hooked as soon as I saw him hop out of the car covered in fucking blood. We're introduced to the twins, where Michael B. Jordan gives a powerhouse of a fucking performance. Michael B. Jordan acts his whole ass off. He puts his entire soul into this shit, and he's so good. He just kind of, it's hard to even see Michael B. Jordan. I just see Smoke and Stack. He plays them both with a nice air of familiar. He plays both of them with a nice air of familiarity. Their camaraderie is just so natural. It comes across. It feels very familial. It feels like a deep, genuine connection, even though it's the same dude just playing two different people. And the fact that Michael B. Jordan was able to sell that, and the fact that Ryan Coogler wrote that so well, props. Just props. I gotta give props. It's good shit. It is fucking amazing shit. Smoke has to look out for his brother Stack a lot, because Stack, they say in the movie, was kind of abused and really hit all the time by their father growing up. Stack is more free-spirited for sure. Smoke is a lot more looking out for his brother constantly, and kind of he's like a worried older brother basically. They have an interesting dynamic as the film goes on. Their relationship, like you can see how strong it is, especially when Stack dies at a big turning point in the movie, because vampires, obviously. Vampires, they come in. And they come in big. We're introduced to the protagonist in this scene where he basically walks up. The protagonist is this Irish dude who's also like a big vessel for a vampire. He's on some Dracula type time, and he pulls up to these people's houses, realizes they're Klansmen, and kind of uses that to his advantage, because the Native Americans pull up and they're like, bro, you got evil in your crib. You might want to get rid of, like, we could help you out. And then the racist white people who are Klansmen are just straight up like, nah, we don't want your kind around here. So the Native Americans are like, all right, good luck. And then they leave because the sun is about to set and shit is about to go down. And we kind of see the villain brewing in the background. We don't really know how he connects immediately until we come back to the juke joint later on after it's all set up at nighttime, because most of the movie unfolds at night in a sequence of intense ass scenes. When we get back to the juke joint, we see Sammy risen up. Sammy was going crazy. Also, that actor, the fact that this is his first big role, again, props, major fucking props. He knocked it out of the fucking park. Dude, if anyone related to the Sinners cast and crew is seeing this, I just want you to know personally, if I meet any one of you and if I meet an actor or a crew member for this movie and I see you in person, I'm either dapping you up or giving you the biggest hug of all time. Like, and I'm gonna ask you like a million questions, because y'all went crazy. Like, this shit, oh my god. But yeah, when we cut back to Sammy, he plays this music for the juke joint with his guitar, because that's Sammy's whole thing. He has the guitar and he's very tied to music. That's his big connection. And when he plays the music, like I said earlier, when the opening of the film explains that certain people have the ability to play music and kind of just transcend space and time, we get a visual representation of that in a sequence that is literally probably one of the most breathtaking things I've seen in a theater in my entire fucking life. And I didn't even really get the chance to watch this in IMAX. If I did watch it in IMAX, I might have just busted a nut right there. My fault. That was inappropriate. Continuing, but Jesus Christ, this sequence itself, he's playing the song, he's playing it in the, oh god, we kind of just, you physically see it transcend space and time, cultural divide, shit like that. We see Asians, we see the future of this music, how it eventually led to hip-hop. We see it all play out in one magnificent sequence, and it's like a long oneer, and the shot goes crazy. But after that, when the vampires do eventually show up, it's revealed that the main villain is basically trying to gain Sammy's abilities, right? Can't remember exactly what it's for. I think I remember. He feels trapped because, of course, they're vampires. They kind of can't really see the sun. They have freedom and they can live forever, but they have it at a cost, so they can't really do much. He's trying to communicate, or at least I think be able to pass on. Actually, I can't remember the motivation fully off the top of my head. I just know it was something complex along those lines. I'd have to rewatch it a third time to really get it cemented in my brain, because I was more focused on the spectacle of it and it was a lot of sensory overload, so it's kind of hard for me to remember the villain's motivation off the top of my head. Overall though, the villain, when he shows up and when he comes in and when he gets on Haley Steinfeld, turns Haley Steinfeld into a vampire. Also, Haley Steinfeld is great in this movie, especially when she says very inappropriate things to Michael B. Jordan. Had me squirming in my seat. What? Yo, I gotta chill out. Anyways, Haley Steinfeld does some freaky deaky things with Stack. It's clear in the film, right? At least one thing I noticed between Stack and Smoke specifically. Smoke is a lot more passionate with his love for his love interest, and Stack is kind of, Stack's love interest is Mary, which is Haley Steinfeld's character. Smoke's is Annie, and Annie and Smoke have a more mature love, I would say. Stack and Mary are just kind of, they have a connection for sure, but they're very sexually intertwined. Clearly they get in there, which we see kind of leads to his death, which is tragic as fuck, but kicks off the entirety of the last half of the film, which I've been geeking out about this for so long. I can't, oh my god. I'm just gonna jump straight to the end, because if I continue to go scene by scene, I will be here for 3 hours. Basically, when the vampire sequence happens, because it takes up, like I said, the last chunk of the film, they're basically trying to get to Sammy the entire time, because they want Sammy's soul, essentially. That's what they're after. It's very thematically rich and kind of hard for me to just analyze and unpack all at once, because like I said, sensory overload because of the amount of good shit. This script is just very strong in how it's able to weave its themes in itself. Like, the villain embodies a lot of the themes, which I interpret the film a lot as being about not just black culture, but how specifically a lot of people in power, they like to just take what they like from certain cultures and then abandon everything else. Like, from an artistic standpoint, is what I'm trying to say. There's a line that one of the characters says. He says white people really like blues music, not so much the people who make it. And I feel like the film overall is trying to say something about that, how easy it is to maybe leech or take what you like and abandon everything else, when in reality you kind of have to just, you have to take it all at once. It's hard to explain. I can't even. This film is really thematically rich and really, it's layered. It would take me more than just a 15 to 20 minute YouTube video to unpack, so I can't go fully into it right now. I just know how I feel about it, and it's kind of hard for me to quantify. We get a scene where basically once the vampires are actually allowed in, because they need to be invited in order to get inside the space. Once they're allowed in, they fucking wreak havoc, and everybody, most of the main cast is just straight murdered, except Smoke and Sammy, who are the last ones standing. Sammy gets to escape, but Smoke, there's this moment that happens once the sun rises that I love. After Smoke has basically lost everybody in his life in one fucking night, there's a scene where he's just trying to roll a cigarette by himself while he's preparing for the clan to show up, because he knows he's gonna have to smoke all of them. That's ironic because his name is Smoke. And the scene where he's sitting shakily rolling the cigarette as he's just reflecting on everybody before he like goes on a killing spree and goes out in a blaze of glory is, I think, my favorite moment in the entire movie, mainly just because Michael B. Jordan's performance is so strong at that one moment. I felt all of the pain his character has gone through, because his character, one, will feel like he's failed to protect his brother and everyone he cares for, and now he has nothing left but retribution, essentially. He has nothing left but to fucking kill the Klansmen, which he does in a fucking awesome sequence. Like he just guns them down. It's great. It's very cathartic and very, very nice to watch. It's fucking fire. But yeah, overall, this script is very strong and very thematically rich with a lot of themes. I feel like the movie has a lot to say. Besides that, though, the film presents its story in such a tense and engaging way. I was never able to look away from the screen, not once, especially not in the last fucking hour of this movie. Really, it's one of those movies comes along, and I just gotta tell people, go to the movies and watch it, please. Like, that's all I can say. It's very hyped up on the internet right now, but there is a reason for it. It's one of those movies which I'm not gonna downplay the hype of, because good lord, when I said in my Mickey 17 review that people should just go watch more original movies, I'm glad this movie is actually really getting the money it deserves, because it deserves every penny it gets. So yeah, seriously, if you haven't seen it already, go watch Sinners, and I'm pretty sure you know what my rating's gonna be, but I'm gonna say it anyways. 10 out of fucking 10. I have nothing else to say, or I do have a lot of things I could say, but I don't want this video to be an hour. So yeah, Ryan Coogler, dude, I need to dap you up at some point. I'm gonna meet you, and I'm gonna just geek on you for hours, or maybe I won't. No, I will. But yeah, 10 out of fucking 10. That's all I have to say. All right, so thanks for watching this review. If you enjoyed it a lot, you could like, comment, and subscribe, and check out other reviews I have on this channel, or maybe the skits and short films I have up there too if you want to, because like I said, I'm a filmmaker, so I kind of there's a lot of stuff on here if you want to watch it. Really, it's up to you though. You have free will, so if you want to enjoy that, you can. If not, it's perfectly fine. Thank you for watching. Besides that, I have an Instagram where I also post the films and other random stuff that I make on there. And I also have a letterbox where I post movie reviews that I make literally immediately after I see a movie. They're just my thoughts. I just kind of spitball on there because I am very addicted to that app. So yeah, besides that, I hope you have a good day and eat some cereal, or just eat breakfast in general, because I didn't, but I will be eating cereal as soon as I finish recording this. So yeah, besides that, have a good one, and I love you. Platonically, of course. Bye.
We cousins.